Welcome to our second edition of WeTV, and as always, I'm your host, Travis Sherman. Today we're going to look at several different videos that go beyond the simple student productions and into the professional industry. We will also get to know some of these students and how they are mastering the art of storytelling. There's no time to waste. Today is February 18, 2014, and you are watching WeTV. Our first segment we will look at today is dedicated to short films. The films have really gone above and beyond traditional student films and started incorporating some new techniques that may surprise you. Here with us today is Joseph Coley. Joseph did a short film about the gifted, and that might bring a surprise meaning. Can you tell us a little bit about what this film is?
What I came up with is basically a science fiction movie, you might say, about people with disabilities. For instance, autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, and other disabilities you might be familiar with. But each disability has a special ability, like a superpower. For instance, autism has psychic powers, ADHD has super speed. Schizophrenia, which you'll see in the film, also has illusion casting. So it's very creative, and we just had fun coming up with this.
Very interesting. Now, one of the things I really liked about this film is that you did a lot of in-effects camera techniques. Can you tell us what in-camera effects are and how you accomplished that?
Yes. In-effects are basically effects that you do with the camera shooting at them. For instance, what we did is where we hooked a fishing line to a chair and make it as though it's being levitated telekinetically. And other effects include where we have to do sound effects and action effects with the fighting.
Lastly, now that you've had time to reflect over what you did, this one was a massive project, took a long time, a lot of organization. Can you tell us, reflecting back, what you would have done differently?
What I would have done differently is add in some more scenes to the story, make it whereas we could tell more about the characters and their backgrounds and what they will happen next. Other than that, and maybe have some audio changes, I'm pretty happy with what we got.
Great. Well, we are very proud of the work he's done, and we're very proud to present The Gifted. Let's take a look.
I'm telling you, Dalton, I don't know how we're going to keep this contraption from falling apart.
If I have to tell you one more time, the EMC crane will battle out the electrons, canceling the radiation and sending each molecule to each pole.
All right, if you say so, as long as it gets us an A.
And I know that you're getting Lauren Esther to notice you.
Dude, don't say that. She's right there. She could have heard us. How is it that you can always read what I'm thinking?
Sorry, Mark, it's just people like you are so predictable. My autism can read you like a book.
Oh, it's okay, man.
Well, if it isn't Dalton Dweeb and Marcus Bodyguard.
Look, Nash, we don't want any more trouble.
Trouble? The only trouble I can cause is teaching you a lesson for keeping us from carrying out our business yesterday.
Look, Nash, just leave us alone. I don't want to cause another scene.
Why? There's no one here, Curry. But if you insist, let me dim the lights.
Nash, what are you doing?
Let's just say that my schizophrenia has its benefits, Dalton. Crush, finish him. So you have powers, huh? I've faced your kind before and beaten all those dweeby freaks.
So, Nathan, you think we're, oh, what was it? Oh yeah, dweeby freaks?
Oh, like you could hurt me. Why don't you just run along, babe?
Oh, trust me, Nash, I can do a lot more than you think.
Hey, jerk! Nobody hurts my friends.
That'll teach you not to mess with people like us, you jerk! Idiot. Are you guys okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Lauren. How did you?
Really? You haven't figured it out yet? Well, let me put it this way. People with disabilities, me with my ADD and Dalton with his autism, we have gifts. That's why we call ourselves the gifted. You might even have some of your own with your ADHD. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. How did you know I have ADHD?
Look, Mark, it's okay to have ADHD. It's part of who you are. People have both strengths and weaknesses. So do we. We just have to face it more every day. Look, here's my number. Just call me when you figure things out or if you ever need to talk, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Lauren. I will.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. I gotta head to class.
Bye, Lauren. Pretty good way to start out the day, huh, lover boy?
Sure is, man.
Oh, we should probably be getting to class. You coming?
Yeah, go ahead and go on. I'll just catch up in a bit. The gifted.
Baby girl, you don't know how bad it hurts my heart when we run in circles, and every time we cross paths, I turn blacker and you turn purple.
What a great example of collaboration and effort. These students really had to organize a lot and did a lot of experimentation with the film before they were finally able to succeed. I'm very proud that they took the initiative to do that. Now here with us now is Christy DeShong. Christy did a film called Clothed and Afraid. Now this film was shot entirely, almost entirely outside of class. However, all the editing was done inside of class. There was a lot of dedication that the film really went through. Can you first tell us what the film was about?
We wanted to do a spoof of Naked and Afraid or Survivor Man, just kind of making fun of how outrageous it kind of is, and is it true, are they really out in the wilderness, or is it just fake?
Now, one of the things I really loved about your opening scenes and closing scenes was the fact that it incorporated some type of lighting setup. Can you kind of tell us and walk us through lighting and how big of a role it played and how you did that?
Yes, in our interview scenes, we just use practical lighting behind our actor and a one key light.
Good. Lastly, this was a comedy or a mockumentary of sorts. Can you talk to us a little bit about future students and what they should do, what advice you would give them if you want to do a comedy of sorts?
A comedy can be, it seems to be easy, but it's very difficult because you can go overboard and make it ridiculous and not make sense. So make sure you have some realistic ideas and serious within it.
Great. Well, we're very proud of the work you do, and we're going to take a look at Clothed and Afraid.
So tell me, Flex, what really happened in the past 2 days?
Been through a lot. Stuff has happened. It's too much to tell.
But aren't you a wilderness expert?
I do expertise myself in the wilderness, but now I'm focusing on gardening, flowers. I like the forestry.
So why did you only last 2 days when you were supposed to be there for a month?
Steel, wilderness expert. I do expertise myself in the wilderness. I've came here with nothing but a machete and clothes on my back and my partner named Pedro. Now, many people aren't aware that you can blend yourself in the environment at any place or any time. I'm gonna show you how to do this. Now, if you can't find tape, just out in the open anywhere, you need to go look for a tree or a worm. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tape this to your chest, because sometimes your chest hairs, they fall off during the winter. So you wanna keep that nice and snug right there. Time to attract some animals. Time to call them goats. I think I hear one.
Go to sleep, senor.
Where are they? I miss my goat friends. Pedro, get out of here! Morning, Ricardo. Vamos, let's go. Guess who outsmarted you? Time to get started. It's day 2. I haven't eaten in 6 weeks. Now, some people might find this repulsive, but this is what you gotta do to stay alive. No, senor! Hey, get that camera out of here! Well, Juanito, I just want to know how much I appreciate you for filming me. A flower. Besides the environmental factors, isolation is the worst thing that can ever happen to a man.
But senor, it's only been 2 days. I've been here with you.
Are you kidding me, Ricardo? Is your name Flex Steel? I have my own TV show. I don't need this. I am Flex Steel. Why should I have some dumb person recording all my work? I'm too good for him.
So after all of this, you still believe that you're a survivalist expert?
I am Flex Steel. I'm a survivalist expert. I will do that until I die. No one can take that from me.
All right, let's move on into our next segment, which is dedicated to commercials. The commercials this year have come out extremely professional, and I take great pride in the fact that these are 100% student produced. The first one we're going to take a look at is the 2014 yearbook commercial. This commercial was created entirely by one student, Ashley Hidalgo. Unfortunately, she couldn't join us today, but nonetheless, what she has accomplished is truly amazing. One student created the idea, organized all the interviews, and edited the entire piece. Now, guiding her throughout the process, we talked a few days on the fact that a yearbook commercial, we essentially are selling a product. So for this to be a success, we need to create emotion, we need to inspire, and we need it to relate to people. Ultimately, I feel this was a complete success, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Let's take a look at the 2014 yearbook commercial.
being a part of the Silver Stars.
Har-Ber soccer beats Springdale to win the conference championship.
Being so reckless. The Blacklight Pep Rally.
When Frazier intercepted the ball.
Being a part of the football team.
WeTV and East.
Memories last a lifetime. Get your Wildcat yearbook today. Bring your $65 to room 216. Get them before they sell out.
What a very emotional piece, and another great student production. Here with us now is Brandon Bucheri. Brandon's done several different projects, but lately he's kind of ventured out into the commercial realm and played in that aspect. Can you tell us a little bit about what the commercials you've done, specifically what we're looking at today is the promotional video and We Are Har-Ber?
Right. I mean, you know, I just love doing commercials because you get, they're so short that you can do a lot of them in a different short amount of time frame. You can do so many projects, you know, you get to have a lot of creativity and a lot of freedom with that, so.
We're going to take a look at three separate pieces, WeTV, and this is Har-Ber, which is the comedic pieces. Can you tell us some of the challenges that kind of arise doing a 30-second commercial, especially since it's comedy?
The hardest part about doing any commercial is that they're so short. You have such a small amount of time to communicate what you want to communicate to the audience. So the hardest part, I guess, would just be trying to get everything you want in there and still be funny at the same time. Because you can't overload everything, but at the same time, you want to be funny. So.
Well, lastly, the last thing I want to talk about is your future in the industry as well as past high school. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're wanting to do in the future?
Well, in the short future, right now I'm working on like a mockumentary type piece called Imaginary Me, probably going to come out in like 3 or 4 weeks. And then I have a documentary coming up too. And then as far as after high school, I'm going to pursue this field in college and try to make it in film industry or maybe start my own business. So
great.
We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon, for joining us. We're going to take a look at his 3 commercials now, and we're going to start it off with the WeTV promo.
Hi, I'm Brandon Bucheri. I strongly encourage you to check out WeTV. With trips ranging from Orlando to Seattle, this class offers creative freedom unmatched by any elective. But it's more than just a class. It's a family. Come join WeTV today and see what happens tomorrow.
Here at Har-Ber, athletes make things run much smoother.
Need a runner.
Two seconds slower than the last time, Chris. Come on.
So, St. Matthews, his lightning fast speed.
No. He's got explosive speed.
Dude, he's lightning fast.
Sane, would you describe your speed as explosive or lightning fast? What? Dude, I'm telling you, he's explosive.
Lightning fast.
What's that? Lightning fast.
Lightning fast.
Yeah. Welcome back. The final commercial we're going to take a look at comes from Andrew Lau. Now this piece is very unique because it was made for a company in California and is considered a professional piece. Andrew, can you tell us a little bit about the company, about the commercial, and how you came across it?
Yeah, the company is Love Before Glory, and I found them and pitched them my idea that I really wanted to work on a commercial. So they liked the idea, they accepted it, and I went through from there.
You know, it was a very good piece. Now, one of the things that you really hammered in this video was time manipulation, and that was the special effects not only done in camera, but in post-production as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I used a software called Twixtor, and it's really good for slow motion. And but the thing about slow motion is not just working with post-production. Well, it is with working with post-production and pre-production stuff. And so you got to make sure all your camera settings are set for like high shutter speeds and stuff like that. And so it was really new to me, and I liked working with it.
Good. Well, we're very proud of what you've done this year, and I can't wait for the future. But right now, let's take a look at your commercial, Love Before Glory. Our final segment is dedicated to a few of our professional videos that we are extremely proud of. Our first video we're going to take a look at is Camera Warfare, and joining us again is Andrew Lyle. Andrew, can you tell us a little bit about how we designed this video and how we came up with the idea?
Well, we were working with slow-mo again, and the idea behind the video is getting like a war scene going on, but everybody's using cameras instead of like guns and weapons.
Sure, so there's always that being able to do it inside the classroom factor that we're taking a risk on. One of the things that we constantly had to deal with is the challenges of shooting in slow motion and using Twister. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, when you're shooting in slow-mo, you're not working with a lot of light because of your high shutter speed, and so you got to make sure you're either shooting during the day, because at nighttime you can't do it. It'd be way too dark to shoot. Yeah. And yeah.
The last thing that we're going to hit upon is the sound, because that was such a huge part of creating a war scene. This film itself was almost done entirely without sound. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, obviously, like when you're even if you take a picture with the camera that was using that, we use camera sounds as our gun sounds that when they're shooting people, and like we had explosions going on, which obviously they're not really there. So most of our sound really came from the editing room, and we didn't record sound at all really when we were filming the video.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to take a look at Camera Warfare.
millimeters, 500 ISO, 45-degree shutter.
You gotta fight back!
Reflecting at a TA. Countering 2 stops for absorption.
They may take our lives!
Wisely. Get on another edge, take it out! Let's go! Get up that hill, Chase! Let's do this!
Honestly, who gives a dolly?
Private Well! Take out that dolly!
I think I'm in love.
Any last words?
Say cheese.
Stop! Stop! You scratched my lens.
Yeah, we keep it real. Our final video of the show comes from Lindsay Will, which is a video that is taking her career by storm. Thanks for being here, Lindsay. We're going to talk about your music video and the process that was involved in creating the video and the writing process and all that. Can you talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I wrote the song 2 years ago when I was in Nashville with 2 other writers, and we wrote the song for me, and we knew that it would probably be my first single once we wrote it. And so we got it recorded last summer, and that went great. And so whenever I got the recording back, we decided to do a music video. And we planned the video for about a month and just got everything together, and then went out to a friend's farm one day and just shot for about like 6 hours.
Now, the video itself was directed by Brandon Bucheri, and it was actually shot by Andrew Lyle, but you had total control over the editing process. Can you tell us a little bit about how rigorous the editing process is?
Yeah, that was really cool because I learned a lot about editing, a lot more than I knew beforehand, and I got to decide what actually went into the video, which was really nice because I put the shots in that I wanted. And I just learned so much, and it took a really long time. It took about like 2 to 3 weeks just to edit everything and to add special effects, but it was just a really great learning process.
Now, you've got a bright future ahead of you, but there's a lot of options. So what are you planning on doing in the future, whether it's your music video, your music career, or college? What are you wanting to do?
So in August, I'm starting up at Middle Tennessee State, and that is in Murfreesboro, which is 30 minutes from Nashville. And I'm going to major in music business and be in the honors college there. And through that program, there are just so many amazing opportunities and so many good internships that I'll be able to take. And I'll just be so close to the city, so I'll be able to perform wherever I want and record whenever I want. And it'll just be great being that close to the industry.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens next. We're going to take a look at your much anticipated music video with My Eyes Closed.
Been just 3 weeks, but when you're near me, my knees get weak, and I can barely breathe. Little goosebumps cover me, ain't nothing I can do when you're whispering so sweetly. With my eyes closed, I can see I'm falling for you. Just like this, with a kiss, with my eyes closed. I always thought that you were cool. It's not like me to break the rules, but I just had to. Ooh. Get your number, get your this, with the kiss, with my eyes closed. I'm lost in you, I don't care. No other boy can take me there. With my eyes closed, I can see him falling for you. So nice and slow. Why don't you let me explore those lips? Just like this, with the kiss, with my eyes closed. With my eyes closed.
Well, there you have it. This show has demonstrated student success that has gone above and beyond most productions. We are very proud of the work that the students are doing here, and I can't wait for the future. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all the HBTV projects. For WeTV, I'm Travis Sherman. Good night.